My ego waffles. I ain't trying to be aggressive, but people look at me like I'm an old man. I came back from resurrecting. They look at me like I came back from the dead, like it's Resident Evil. But they don't even understand that I'm actually more human than you ever can. This is why I'm what you call the ex-human. I'm just different. I'm artistically different. Guys, your King of Night, Vincent Valentine EX Turk, and I'm gonna be extra quiet so other people can sleep. But this is like 4 o'clock recording this video, and I just came up with a new fan theory. Could Caius have caused the end of the world, at least events that led up to the end of the world of the Fabula Crystallis Novia saga, inadvertently? And even then, it was supposed to happen because Fabula Crystallis Novia leads to Ragnorok, and if you know anything about Norse mythology, Ragnarok's the end of all days. Now, I still will say it again, I'll say it 100% so people will understand. I'm still under the notion that the Fabula Crystallis Novia affects the Final Fantasy 15 worlds, so all the stuff with Arden and Eos and everything could have been started by Caius way back. Now, I think it was actually the whole event, it was started by the Foul Sea, but then the natural order, fixed itself after Lightning has defeated Orphan. One of the few remaining, Foul Seas that had an evil agenda. Well, I wouldn't say evil agenda, but evil way of going about their agenda. But Orphan was defeated by Lightning. The natural order has returned. But then at least a couple of years later or something like that, Caius has killed the original Etro, and Lightning had to take the place as his successor. Just to keep the balance between life and death, because Etro is the goddess of death, so without death, it throw the natural order out of whack. That's why people were living for 500 years and stuff in Final Fantasy 13 too. And, all the events of Final Fantasy 13 2 play like they did in the original game. No matter what timeline you go through, Sarah dies on the fact that she was a reincarnation of Yule. Even though, they say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And it is. It is. Trying to save Yule cost not only all the timelines Caius has destroyed, but all the events follow. And now we got past Final Fantasy 13 2. So let's go to Lightning's Return. With Etro being dead, the original one, it woke Benevelza. Benevelza saw the destruction of the worlds, hence why he sent his ark to save the rest of the people that were destroyed by Caius's time hopping. So, thanks to Caius again, even though Caius was good and he had good intentions, Benevelza was actually the faulty of Caius. There's a good reason why Caius didn't want to be saved in Lightning's Return, because he's actually the cause of what went on. He was the direct cause of it, a little bit, and he knew it. That's why he didn't want to be saved. He didn't want to be saved at all. But Lightning really did save Caius, and Caius became pretty much the ruler of the underworld. So he's taken over the mantle, but even though he's taken over the mantle and balanced with life and death, life and death just like regular, because now Benevelza is dead. Being there, and then no Etro being present, it could be possible that Benevelza actually reincarnated himself to Eos, created a separate world, and this is where the Lucius Caelian bloodline will come. Now, just like the same thing when he was Benevelza, or at least, this Etro would be a good guy Etro, and this would be a good Etro called Eos. But just like the original Benevelza, and just like Etro, there were some things she got herself involved with, but that was kind of forbidden. The creation of Nephilim, the two brothers, Izunia and Arden, from the Lucius Caelium family, and then all the events played in Final Fantasy XV from this reincarnated Benevelza. Eos would be considered either reincarnated Benevelza, or better yet, she's actually the newest Etro, millions of years after Lightning. Because this will be millions of years. So thanks to Caius, this will even affect future events, but maybe this was supposed to happen. Final Fantasy XV, darkness has descended upon the world. Arden has released a Star Scourge against the whole entire world, and caused 3,000 years of wars and destruction between Niflheim and Insomnia and every other country around him, thus causing the problems right there. But maybe it's not a bad thing, because, even then, maybe Arden was an innocent bystander. Caius was Caius was an innocent bystander. The reason I say Caius is an innocent bystander, he didn't know he affected the trains of the natural order. But also, he didn't even know about the prophecy about the world ending. So, accidentally, he actually caused the end of the world to come faster, because if the events of Final Fantasy XV is connected to 13, and I still think they are, don't try to tell me they're not, I still think they are, I'm not gonna, I think it's possible that even the events of Final Fantasy XV was also caused by Caius, but I think Caius was only playing a prophecy. Maybe Etro purposely cursed Yule, so Caius will play into her plan of making the prophecy go faster. The end of the world. And Final Fantasy XV is the end of the world, the end of days, chapter 14, where darkness has covered the world and human is left to only fight back. Even though Noctis has just, got rid of the darkness in every single prophecy by giving up his life, because being the last Nephilim created by Eos, the last bloodline of Nephilim, being destroyed, it erased that prophecy, and then the world goes back to being peaceable. But this is where, if the world's peaceable, then that means the end has already happened. The ending has already happened, technically, and then now you got a peaceful utopia filled with, no war, no sadness, no grief, just like the end of Final Fantasy XV, meaning that Chapter 14 was the end of the world, which, if you go way back, the following events would have to be the death of Etro, after Caius being mad about Yule, Etro being dead, Caius ruins the timelines, they beat Caius in battle, Benevelza wakes up and saves the remaining people, but Benevelza gets corrupted by his own power, and seeing the destruction makes him mad. Lightning stops Benevelza. Another new world's created. Now, if there's another world created while Lightning has saved that one world from him, that means there's two separate worlds, and maybe the other world is Eos. Maybe a part of Benevelza has reincarnated to herself to Eos, or maybe there was an Etro that came way after Lightning, millions of years right after Lightning. Eos created Nephilims, which are the Lucius Caeliums. One of them turned bad, caused the problems in Final Fantasy XV, and also the end of the world. And then Noctis undoing all of that by sacrificing his life to undo all the stuff that's done before from the earlier parts of the Crystallis Novia. But not knowing this doesn't make Caius a bad guy. Caius is only a prophecy. He was only a pawn of the prophecy of the end of the world. In the Fabula Crystallis Novia, it talks about the end of the world. So let me know what you think about this theory, and wouldn't it be cool if that was the case? And remember, this is only a fan theory, so may the crystal be with you. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff, and may the crystal be with you.